Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I will be telling you and showing you what is the best couple of ways, well, not just a couple, the first steps in building and making and buying your first models and how to go about it, and also tips and tricks in saving money. Now first, I'm going to have to relieve this sort of temporary sheet I've made for myself on this pillow. There we go. Out of the way. And we're going to start with one, two. Train sets. You've seen these before, I know. On my channel, if you know and you've watched all of my other videos, you've seen Thomas on the front of this train set. You've seen what track comes with it, and I've done many reviews on all of these train sets. But the first one I'm going to start off with is I think I'm going to start with this one. This is, well, it's one of many train sets, but it's a train set. This will be one step video, so this will be first in many steps in this process. So first of all, train sets like this will save you in the long run. If you've got a small child and they're asking you, "Oh, Daddy, I really want a train set. I really want to play with some Hornby trains." Something like this is going to pay you back in the long run. Pay you back. There is an opposite run to that. 3+. Why does it say that? Because it's electricity. Electricity, of course, you're going to come with problems. Adapter. This only works, and this is the same with every train set, only works with a Hornby 12-volt adapter. A controller, again, this will work with the adapter. No other adapter. It needs 12 volts and 12 volts only. You can wire it up and deal with your own wiring, but it will only work with a 12-volt adapter. Now, PowerTrack. You can see one there. It's because it's not a DCC controller. I'll tell you all about DCC in the next couple of videos coming up. But because it's not a DCC controller, it's a DC controller. It's a DC PowerTrack, so you won't get all the sounds coming from the locos. And there was no chips included either. You've only got one of them, one small bit of track, a straight track there as well. And you've got Annie and Clarabelle. There's the little bits of rolling stock. You've got the loco there, Thomas. Whether it's Thomas, it's not, doesn't really matter. There's the alternative bits you can get separately. If you have the money, you can do that, but I recommend starting off with what you've got and what's included. The curves, of course, whether you can have 8, you can have 4. It doesn't really matter. I mean, It's 4 on either side, it doesn't really matter. But let's open the box, and because I've repacked this up, I did this before I started the video a couple of hours earlier. I've sort of, oops, there we go. It's a hefty job, but what's on the back of the box there is what's supposed to be included, but all of that stuff is being used at the moment. But because he's not, because she's not, and because she's not, and because that is not, I put them separately, neatly into this little piece of cut out polystyrene. These, well, they're good as starters. You'll get them in your new, whether you decide to buy new locos. This material will save your locos in the long run. It's very durable. I mean, whether you drop it on the floor, like I just did purposely there, it won't hurt your locos. It will keep your locos in place. It's a cutout. It's good. Now, I'd like to talk about firstly the loco. The loco, it's a good starter loco. I mean, the body, it's made of plastic. It's going to take a lot of damage. I mean, this is an iconic Hornby loco. I mean, it's for kids. It's designed for kids. It's designed to be thrown about the place. It's designed to come off the tracks and come and still going and slipping on that wooden floor and have your granny shout at you like I did a couple of years ago when I first got this train set. But anyhow, well, it wasn't a couple of years ago. It was actually more than that now, because it's been a few years now. And I've learned more about this hobby, and I know how to do this guide. But Thomas, he's got the right motor. I'm not going to talk about the motor. You will not need to know anything else about motors unless you look at the bottom. I mean, you can see. I'll just, sorry for that. 12 volts. There you go. Try and get his focus there. He's only going to take 12 volts. It's made in China. Whereas the older versions of this loco, that they used to be made in Great Britain, they didn't have such a brighter blue as a colour paint job per se. It's more of a slightly more darker, because they were older. And they're only older because they're old-fashioned. They're old-fashioned models, and people are going to have them bashed about the place. But that's our first model. Now, rolling stock. I mean, this is simple. You can make all sorts of different trains. I mean, you've seen me run loads and loads of different rolling stock. I mean, there's all of my coaches there. I mean, I'm not going to name all of them. I'm not going to tell you where I got them from and all the stories I've got behind them. But the main thing is, you start with what you've got, and then it's this grand thing called pocket money. You earn it. It's something you earn. When you're a kid, like I was when I first got this, pocket money was key. I mean, there's Clarabelle there. You don't just have to get Annie and Clarabelle or bits or these bits of rolling stock. This, I mean, in this case, it's Annie and Clarabelle and Thomas, because this is the Thomas train set, Thomas the Tank Engine train set. There you go. But it really, really does not matter. What matters is the track. Now, there is my power track. I've got nothing to show you how power track works. I will use my layout, the inside line, because that works, but the outside line doesn't, because I've stolen bits of straight track and put them in here just so I can just show you. There we go. How they will fit together. But inherently, if that's even the right word, you can do it either way. Here's the first thing you need to learn when you've got something like this. I'm going to get this massive bit of polystyrene out of the way. I don't need it anymore. And I'm just going to leave Thomas there for decoration and pleasure. You can do this the easy way. You can have this flush against the floor, and I'll hold it up like that. This is a bit difficult. Me doing two things at once. I asked my stepdad to do this, but it's a bit weird. I'm using my feet as my second pair of hands, so bear with me. You slide two bits in like that, and look what has happened. You need to slide your fingers over the rails, making sure they're smooth. This is a mistake that some kids, not everyone, but some beginners make. Can you see the difference? Excuse the low battery there, but can you excuse the difference? One part there is flat, one part is not. Now, the easy way to fix that is just slide it out, and then all you're doing is going boom, like that, until it touches. Make sure the two rails are touching. Otherwise, the electrical connection between the two rails will not pick up. And because this is old track, there's bound to be some sort of hump between it, because this sits on a hump. This sits on a very big hump at the moment. I'm just going to leave that there. That's all I have to say for this short video at the moment. Make sure your track looks like that, not like that. So, second train set. If you want to know the story behind this, because this holds a lot of memories for me. It's not me that bought it. I didn't buy that either. My mum bought that as my present for her because it was near Christmas. and 1 year, and my mum bought me that train set, and I was so happy I opened it instantly because I've always loved Thomas, and I've watched the movies and I watched the show, and I mean, that's how it got me into these complicated modelling stuff. I say complicated because the whole basically, and if you wanna know about a motor, here you go. It's a very old loco. This it's a let's have a look. This is